Welcome back. So, as we were discussing about the rate law here, let's look at a chemical reaction. Let's say the reaction is 2A plus B. Let's give you the product. Okay. Now, the given rate of the reaction is dx by dt, which is equal to rate constant small k, a to the power x and b to the power y. Now you all might be thinking that why I have not put it here a to the power 2 and pv to the power 1, which you have learned in chemical equilibrium, that whatever it is, the stoichiometry will be there, that will raise in the power of the concentration, right? Here, this is rate law. This is something different. This is called the complete rate law. The complete rate law, where this x and y are not the stoichiometry. When you are giving, this is the rate law. So this x and y are not the stoichiometry. What it describes? This actually describes the fundamental dependence, complete rate law. So this describes the fundamental dependence, it describes the fundamental dependence of the rate of the reaction, at various concentrations. Okay, at various concentrations. So this x and y can be any values, but that actually gives you the exact description of the how the concentration is varies with the rate. Okay, acha. Now when I'm saying that how it gives you defines with the concentration or the rate of the reaction, then you can say that, okay sir, this x and y I can put any values, 1, 2, 3, 4, any values, any integer values, and we will say that this x is basically, if this x is 2 and b is 2, then together they will form 2 plus 2, fourth order. That means with respect to the rate, the concentration is 4 power. Or if a is 1, b is x is 1, y is 1, then we will say 1 plus 1, 2. That is the square dependence, that is order 2. That means with respect to rate, your concentration in the rate basically doubling, the square of the concentration. Like this is the dependence we were talking about. Okay. Now this x and y are called order of the reaction. This x is basically order of the reaction with respect to A, and y is called order of the reaction with respect to B. Okay, and the overall order of the reaction is basically x plus y. So this together, this x plus y dependence gives you that how the reaction varies with respect to time. What is the rate of the reaction? If you put this power on the concentration of the reactants and the products, how the reaction will vary? That actually gives you the rate law. This is the important thing here. Okay, and this rate law, and the most important interesting thing is that this order of the reaction and the rate law, they all can be calculated only experimentally. Only they can be calculated experimentally, nothing, not theoretically. They can be calculated only via experiments. That's why when you learn the SN1 reaction and SN2 reaction, when we talk about the rate, we always say experimentally determined rate. Okay? Now, so what will be 2 and 1 here? We'll talk about. What is them? In the given reaction, 2 and 1, this 2 plus 1 is basically is 3. This is called the molecularity of the reaction. Molecularity of the reaction. So what is the molecularity? Molecularity is basically number of molecules involved during the in the reaction. It is defined by the number of molecules involved in the reaction. In the reaction. This is very pretty straightforward thing. Number of molecules involved in the reaction is very straightforward thing. Okay. So, but this molecularity you can determine by the theoretical thing. Let's look into the difference between the order and molecularity of a reaction. And this is a very important question for your board exams. What is the difference between order and molecularity of a chemical reaction? Okay, so let's look at the differences between order and molecularity. Differences between order and molecularity. Okay, now what is the difference between number one? Number one, the order may be zero. Order may be zero or fraction. Okay, fraction also. The order may be zero, fraction also. But molecularity is always integer. Molecularity is always integer. Why? Because it is basically what is defined and never be zero. Never be zero. Because what it defines? It defines basically the number of molecules which is involved in the reaction. How can a molecule be fractional? Correct? Okay. Number two, if the reaction involves more than one step, if the reaction involves more than one step, okay, if they involve more than one step, then what will happen? Then the reactions, the rate we will be, how we will get the rate? By adding the elementary reactions. Elementary reactions, we will get the overall rate. Correct? We will get the overall rate. But in such cases, molecularity cannot be decided by the overall the reaction based on stoichiometry and the rate equation. In that case, molecularity cannot be decided by the molecularity cannot be decided by the overall reaction okay, by the overall reaction basis its stoichiometry and rate equation on its stoichiometry and rate equation. Based on its stoichiometry and the rate equation. But the order of the elementary steps, but the order of the elementary steps, that is the which gives you the overall rate, that can be predicted. But the order can be predicted. And you know from where it can be predicted? From the elementary step, the molecularity. Order can be predicted from the molecularity of the elementary steps. Okay, so the order of an elementary step is basically always equal to the order of an elementary step order of an elementary step is always equal to its molecularity. Order of an elementary step is always equal to its molecularity. Okay. Now let's look at one example here. It will be clear if we look at one example. Let's talk about a very famous reaction, very famous reaction. It's called N2O5 decomposition. So N2O5, it decomposes into what? It decomposes into NO2 and oxygen. Okay. Acha. If I balance this, 2 and 4 here. Okay. Now this is a single step reaction, it looks like, but the reaction is not a single step, it's a multi-step. So what are the steps? Number one, your N2O5, this reaction experimentally, it is found the order which is equal to 1. Experimentally, the order of the reaction is found into 1. Okay. So what is N2O5? N2, first step, N2O5 decomposes into NO2 plus NO3. NO2 plus NO3. Step number 2, what it does? NO2 plus NO3 then further decomposes into NO2 plus NO3 further decomposes into NO2 plus O2, NO2 plus NO plus O2. Number 3, third step. NO again further reacts with N2O5, it gives thrice NO2, 3 NO2. And the fourth step is NO2 plus NO3. NO2 plus NO3 will give you N2O5 again, because there will be a backward step also. Okay. Asha. Now if we look at step 2, step 3 and step 4 are bimolecular. Bimolecular, that is molecularity is equal to 2 for this test. So 2 steps. Fine. But step 1 is unimolecular. Step 1 is a unimolecular, that is molecularity equal to 1. Right? Okay. Now, but the molecularity of the slowest step is considered to be the order of the overall reaction. Which one is the slowest step? This one is the slowest step. This one is the slowest step. Okay. So this one is the slowest step. This one is the slowest step. And what we know from the slowest step of any reaction, it gives you the overall rate of the reaction. Slowest step, which gives you what? The overall rate determining step. Determining step. And what happens in this step? Your order is also 1, which is experimentally determined. And what is the molecularity? 1. So here what you will find? So this is a series of elementary steps, and what is the slowest rate determining step? In the rate determining step, your order is equal to your molecularity, which will be equal to 1. And that's what we was talking about in the previous point. So this is all from your order, molecularity, and the rate of the reaction, rate law reaction. Next lecture, what we will talk about the how to determine the rate law of a particular reaction. How to determine the rate law. We will use one example and use some graphical methods, graphical techniques. There will be some calculation based on that. And also we will talk about then, we will directly go to the different rate reactions. First order reaction, second order reaction, different kind of reactions. Okay. So till that,